Make it a friendly reminder that you are the leader of your life, that you have the authority over your decision making. What was the last time I made a decision, bigger or smaller, without asking anyone for permission or for their opinion? Take a moment and realize how you stopped hearing your truth, your true self daily. It could be in very small decisions, or you needed to ask at least 5 people before making any decision. Or you would be rather Googling the topic than actually acting on it. Or you would be trying to plan and overanalyze it instead of doing the thing, instead of really taking the real step. And this was pretty deeply rooted in me as well. I was the one that loved planning, and I really loved to have the feeling of being productive. What I was really doing was self-sabotaging. This is simply you in the habit of self-abandonment disguised as you being thoughtful. And self-trust and trust in your own voice is not a feeling, it's not a vibe, it's simply a habit, it's a behavior. And it is practice by deciding without the proof, you taking decisions, and no one will clap for you in advance. And it is maintained by acting without any apology, you being you unapologetically. That is the true power. That is the true trust within. You basically doing your thing and not even explaining anything to anyone. Of course, there are situations you have to explain something to your boss, or when it comes to your responsibilities, that's completely okay. But once it comes to your own will, and the decision whether to explain yourself in any situation versus just doing the thing and let anyone else just create their own story, they're actually giving you energy like that. And trust to your inner voice is lost mainly by outsourcing your deep knowing to the consensus. And if you really want to rebuild this trust with your inner voice, you have to move before anyone claps for you. And this week in the Identity Reset, I'm challenging you to do something specific. And before that, don't forget to check out the description of the video. There is the copy, and it will help you tremendously to go even deeper within this practice. Now let's get to the exercise. It is called the silent decision. You're gonna make a decision and you're gonna tell no one about it. And you will always, at the end of the day or immediately by the decision, as you have the time, you're going to write down what did you decide for, how it felt, and maybe who you wanted to tell. And this decision can be really big or small. Like, am I going to wake up at 6 a.m. or 6:30? Am I going to buy this shirt or that shirt? Do I want a bow or a tie? You are not allowed to justify yourself, to post it anywhere, or simply to tell anyone about it. It is your world. The world doesn't have to know everything. And we usually think the opposite. We need to explain ourselves so much. We feel like we've lost all the energy, as if you would meet a person and give them all the money. You can literally drain yourself so much by explaining and hyperanalyzing other people and, trying to figure out whether they would like your decisions or not. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you that no one really cares. And I'm telling you that with the biggest love. This should be actually an amazing information. If you look at it with a growing mindset, with a growing perspective, this will give you the drive. Think of it as reclaiming your muscle of your intuition, of the intuitive authority. You in your life, you are the sun. Everything around you is turning around. And the fact that if I step here, now I am the center. Now if I step here, now this is my center. See, you are always in the center. So how could you let anyone else to speak what should be decided in the center? Their center is their center. You also don't want to bend their own life according to your perspective, according to the way you want them to be. But you never will know how the life in their shoes is. And the same goes for them. They will never ever be able to actually know what it feels like to be in this center. We're so unique, and our DNA will never be there again. This is the level of uniqueness. However, in this principle, we are all the same. We are never ever be able to see into life of other person, because it's gonna be still from our own perspective, it's gonna be still from our own center. And so in this we are the same. And therefore, only from this principle, it is very silly to expect from someone else to give you tailor-made advice that would really work. And I'm not saying to not listen to anyone. I'm saying to listen to yourself first, and then look out in the world and combine some ideas of people that are on the place you want yourself to be. That's why you also need to know what you want. Where do you want to be? If I would want to go on a Bali and live there for 2 months, I'm not going to follow and ask a person who lives in America for 20 years. This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna rather reach out to a person who really lived it and who has the experience, which is pretty logical. But what I'm trying to say is, don't listen unqualified people, because all they are going to give you is their limiting beliefs. It is not advice. And in case you would do this exercise and there would be this voice inside your head like, what if I'm gonna make a wrong decision? Then I'm gonna blame myself. There is one beautiful rule that you can follow, but you need to be sure that you are tuned to yourself. And the rule goes like, if the voice is rushed, if it feels like you would be missing something, if it feels like it's very loud and you have to make it right now because you would lose something, that is probably fear. And you want to wait. You want to wait even more. And you want to wait for the calm, almost silent voice. But it is there. It is rather a feeling. It is the gut feeling. That's why we call the gut the second brain of the body, because in neuroscience they say the gut is literally connected to the nervous system, and the body knows the truth already. That's why it is called the second brain, and that's why your gut feeling usually is right. And so be sure that if you would make decision, if you're buying the t-shirt, for example, let's pick something very simple. If you're buying the t-shirt with the attitude like, oh my god, 80% sale, I'm gonna take this t-shirt right now, otherwise someone else would wear it, otherwise there wouldn't be the t-shirt anymore. This is fear. This is lack. This is something that you're going to buy it, and then 3 months later you can literally find it with the tag in your closet because you have never worn it. In this case, we could say this was a wrong decision. It was rather a decision to take a lesson out of. However, if you would go and you would kind of ignore the fact that it is in sale, 80% sale, like whatever. Do I like the t-shirt or not? Do I like the color? Do I feel good in the t-shirt? Does it feel good on my skin? Does it, make sense with all of my other clothes? Is it literally one of the best and most beautiful things in this whole shop? yes, okay, I'm gonna buy it, and I actually want to wear it immediately. This is how the good decision from your pure core, once you're really aligned with yourself, this is how the decision is made. It is very calm. It is like, okay, I really like this t-shirt, and well, why don't I buy it if I really like it? So for the question, what if I'm wrong while making my decisions? Pay attention to your feeling once you're making a decision. Best believe that if you're gonna make a decision, once you're rushed, once you're in stress, once there is some kind of inalignment, don't make the decision. Wait. Trust that the deadline, the timing, I mean, of course, there, in some cases, you really need to meet the deadline, but if you don't have to wait until you really feel calmer. And also, there might be decision, and the consequences of the decision could be in that moment very bad. Like you might feel that you have made one of the worst decisions. For example, if you would be selling a company and you wouldn't really sell the company, you would decide like, okay, I don't think so. I don't feel like it is a good idea. But then the value of your company would go extremely down, and then you would have regrets that you haven't sold it, but you have no idea that 2 years or 1 year later your company would triple in the value. You never know what happens. So always trust that once you make a decision, you have made the best decision for that moment, for that life, for that specific moment. And let anything else work out, and believe that it will always work out. Because like that, you are giving signals that you trust in your own abilities to make the decisions. And you are going to be better and better and better at evaluating and at making the decisions. So it's really a process, and trust it. And this week is not about knowing or understanding more or getting more information. It's about interrupting your pattern. And now you can start practicing. You can start practicing after watching this video. You have the exercise 5 times a week. Make a small or bigger decision and make it only by yourself, and keep it private. You can have your own private life that no one is actually knowing about. And you can, of course, share this exercise with someone else, but only if it's for sharing, only if it's for expansion and not for explaining yourself. You also have the journal that will help you go even deeper and will tremendously help you to organize also, not really like over-organize, but you know what I mean. Your thought process, practice it daily from now on. It is really such an important practice that so few people do. But we make decisions constantly. The fact that you're here watching this video, this is a result of one of your decisions. Maybe you wanted to go play football, maybe you wanted to go to a bar, maybe you wanted to have a walk, but instead, or maybe you're walking and you're now watching this video. This is all result of a sequence of some decisions. And if you made so many decisions and you actually are like, well, I do decisions daily like that, like why I'm not even like talking about them at all. I'm talking mainly about decisions that you are aware of needing to share with someone. Maybe these are going to be bigger ideas. Maybe these are going to be ideas of yours that scare the crap out of you to make the decision only by yourself. But there are also some decisions, like I also just yesterday was waiting in the line for a coffee, and I overheard 2 girls like deciding what they want to get, and the one lady wasn't able to decide for herself. She was just still asking her friend like, and what if this is gonna be bad, and what if that is gonna be bad? Like she was so indecisive over a freaking cup of coffee. So if you are sometimes finding yourself in these situations, don't be ashamed of that. I do that. And If that is over freaking ice cream, if that is over buying a new t-shirt or buying a new iPhone, new car, whatever it is, try to put a leadership into your decision making. And the silent decision exercise is there to help you with that. Don't make this exercise a burden. Make it a friendly reminder that you are the leader of your life, that you have the authority over your decision making. Also, in the journal, there are going to be the prompts and the book recommendation that will help you go even deeper. I hope that you took some kind of value out of this video. If you want, you can stick around and join this beautiful community of like-minded people that want more and know that it is absolutely possible to get more if we decide. Don't forget to join us on the Friday as well. There's going to be the meditation that will be also connected to this lesson. So it is going to help you to rehearse your leadership and your authority over decision making. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to, get a like if you want to, dislike if you don't like this video, and mainly be honest and stay awesome. Bye.